Hi everyone, Bathany Gastano here, the internet's busiest music nerd. And it's time for a review of the new Poppy album, Poppy.Computer. This is the debut full-length album from internet icon, YouTube sensation, Poppy, who a lot of my fellow YouTubers may know from her incredibly insane video series where she dazzles and confuses her fans with a pastel color palette, a lot of strange questions and statements that usually focus on pop and internet culture, God, technology, cults. It's strange. I love the internet. And it's kind of because the world that Poppy projects herself from in her videos, it's almost like it's not of this earth, or that she is not of this earth, like she's a cyborg that is talking to people for data collection, or like an alien trying to make heads or tails of this world that she's suddenly been transported to. All these dudes just fawning over a thin blonde girl with a young face, not even thinking that one day a rain of UFOs are going to come down on this planet. Thousands more of her are going to beam down with laser cannons to enslave the human race. Toss us into harvesting pods. We're going to be routinely shaved. Our hair's going to be a power source. Wake up, man! Well, you know, before any of that happens, we do have this album to review, which Poppy built up to with the very bubbly Bubble Bath EP, and last year's 336 Music to Sleep To, which was kind of a surprise ambient record, both of which were cool. I mean, the former was catchy, but it seemed almost disconnected or out of place from Poppy's whole sort of aesthetic and world that has been created on YouTube. Like, there's something almost a little too human about her music. That remote, eerie stillness just kind of isn't present. But still, I think pop music is a genre that makes sense for Poppy. It's a lane where I feel like she needs to be, because as strange as her videos are, and as smart as her videos are, I feel like there's something kind of playful and cheeky and self-aware about them too. Like it's kind of being like junk food, but simultaneously it's trying to say something deeper. Now, the lead singles from this record were saying to me that Poppy was finally finding a way to continue making pop music, but have it be, I guess, more in spirit with what people have come to expect from her video series. Songs like Computer Boy, as well as Software Update, both of which were very chewy bits of synth and electropop with these candy-coated, bleepy bloopy instrumentals, self-aware lyrics that tie together the worlds of love and technology, talking about how she wants your floppy disk to be her hard drive. Whew, that's, oh man, that line got me sweating. Or talking about reprogramming this person who you are with because he's not satisfying you like it seems like in a sexual way. And there are a lot of quirky choruses on these tracks too, which are equal parts sleek and cute. For me, this direction, for me, this sound and aesthetic totally makes sense for Poppy, but there are only a few other tracks on this record that firmly stand in this world. The song INTERWEB, another pretty well-crafted track on here, much slower in pace, much more brooding in a way. It's kind of got this nocturnal yet also disco kind of groove to it. It's sort of dreamy as well, and there are a lot of clever lyrics on here likening the internet to a web that you get caught in, or like a trap that Poppy catches you in with her content. Or you have the song My Style, which is another very laid back and groovy cut. In between the verses on this thing are woven in a lot of the strange mantras that you might catch in your usual Poppy video. Poppy is your best friend, Poppy is an object, etc. And then there's Poppy's musical modus operandi on the song I'm Poppy that opens the entire record up. P-O-P-P-Y, I'm Poppy. P-O-P-P-Y, I'm Poppy. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. One of the sharpest melodies on the entire project, easily. Now, a lot of the deeper cuts on here, though, they kind of depart from this lyrical direction. They kind of depart from this sonic aesthetic, which I'm not against in theory, but it seems like when Poppy is approaching other sounds, other styles, not only does she kind of lose touch with what people know her for as an internet icon, but also it's kind of like she starts creating music that's a little more average for the genre that she's existing within at that moment. Like, there are a few J-pop style cuts on here, like Moshi Moshi, which is almost like a little bit of a keyboard ballad. It is a pretty tune. It's not one of the most interesting instrumental moments on the entire record, but a song of this tone and of this emotional quality certainly needed to be placed on the album. And lyrically, it seems kind of like a little bit of a nod to the Japanese fans of Poppy, of which there are very many. But then the song Make a Video almost seems like it's well crafted, but at the end of the day, to me, it sounds like a Quiero Quiero Bonito like B-side. Especially as Poppy is putting on this really girlish affectation on her voice, singing about, you know, being on the mic in the studio. Again, it's another moment where I feel like Poppy is revealing that she's actually human a little bit too much. It's a little too glitzy, it's a little too fruity. It doesn't really kind of bring that weird intensity that I get from a video that it's like staring deeply into my soul. The mark seems even more out of focus on the bratty guitar-driven My Microphone, as well as on the song Fuzzy, whose chorus is maybe one of the most lyrically weak spots on the entire record. There are moments on this record where it feels like Poppy, as well as Titanic Sinclair, are coming together and creating almost like an image or somewhat of a parody of a pop star or a pop artist, kind of reminding me of some of the names to come out of the PC music camp, like Hannah Diamond or something. Like, they're obviously making pop music, but simultaneously sort of making a bit of a statement on it. And then there are tracks where it's like Poppy's just dipping her toes so far into the water that it's like she's just literally making what she's consciously sort of, you know what I'm saying, right? Almost like the whole YouTube side of this is just an elaborate ruse to get us to listen to a regular pop record. Which, hey, you know, honestly is not a bad thing. I mean, I think it's you know, admirable and certainly preferable that artists get a little bit more ambitious when it comes to their visual aesthetic, when it comes to their internet presence. And I think there are a lot of things about this particular pop record that makes it a very good one. It's lighthearted, it's well-meaning, it kind of brings this sense of joy that I feel like the genre should generally embody. But as well crafted and as unique an internet figure Poppy may be, I'm yet to hear that same kind of definition in her music. However, still, there's an incredible amount of talent and potential on this thing. It shows up in the best tracks here. It just needs to be capitalized on more consistently in the track listing. I'm feeling a decent 6 on this thing. Transition, have you given this album a listen? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? You're the best. You're the best. What should I review next? Hit the like if you like. Please subscribe and please don't cry. Just leave an angry comment in the comments if you're angry. Over here next to my head is a Quiero Quiero Bonito review. You can also click on the link to subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys in the next one. Poppy.Computer forever.